Fellas, Oleksandr Usyk is pound for pound the best boxer on planet Earth. We've just seen Oleksandr Usyk beat Tyson Fury a second time, and he's the pound for pound best boxer. I don't care what anyone says. I know there's a point to make to say that Terence Crawford is the best boxer in the world, and I'm not mad if you put him pound for pound number one, but what Oleksandr Usyk has been doing in the heavyweight division for the past couple of years, pound for pound the best boxer on planet Earth, above any of the other boxers, above John Jones, pound for pound number one. And you know what? We like to talk about weight bullies a lot in combat sports. Fighters who should be in a weight class above them, but kind of like to bully the smaller guys with the weight advantage. Well, Oleksandr Usyk's the complete opposite of that. This dude's a weight victim. Way smaller than he should be in the heavyweight division, and he's still beating these heavyweights. And he's doing it not necessarily with ease, but he's not necessarily struggling to get past these guys. We've just seen Oleksandr Usyk beat Tyson Fury for a second time, a second decision in a row. As I predicted, I didn't do an official prediction, but I was picking Usyk to win by decision, and it was a fairly competitive fight, but Usyk did Usyk things and beat Tyson Fury. The first guy to beat Tyson Fury, but he did it twice, and a good fight, competitive fight. Fury had his moments, definitely looked a lot better than the second fight, but this is the Usyk era. He is the greatest boxer, greatest heavyweight boxer, should I say, at least, of the modern era of heavyweights. Better than any other heavyweights we've had in the past couple of years, past decade. Oleksandr Usyk is number one. He just completely styled on Tyson Fury. Fury did well with the jab, he did well with his range, but to say that Usyk, like I said, is so disadvantaged when it comes to the height, and he's still able to find his range, land a lot of big shots, and the work to the body in that fight as well, for Usyk was amazing. Tyson Fury trying to hold on for dear life in those later rounds, which, I'm not saying is necessarily a bad thing for Tyson Fury. He's a much bigger guy. That's a smart thing to do, but I don't understand why he waited for the later rounds to do it. But yeah, Oleksandr Usyk, it looked amazing out there. It looked like peak Oleksandr Usyk, just going out there. Maybe didn't come close to finishing the fight like he did the first time around against Tyson Fury. Obviously should have finished him the first time if the ref would have actually been competent enough to stop the fight, which should have happened. But either way, Usyk looked amazing, and he's pound for pound number one. Got the win second time around. I don't know what's next for them. I will be matchmaking them in this video, but another win for Usyk, the best boxer of this current generation. I don't want to hear anyone say anything about Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua versus Usyk. That don't need to happen. But just look at the resume that Usyk's put together in the heavyweight division. If you don't believe me, pound for pound number one, beating Tyson Fury twice, the only guy to beat Tyson Fury, who a lot of people were saying was the best boxer, or the greatest boxer, should I say, of the current generation. And he's beaten him twice in a row, and he's done it with fairly, with comfort as well. The first time, extremely dominant, nearly finished him, should have finished him if it had a proper ref. Second time around, a little bit more competitive, but still gets the win. Anthony Joshua twice as well, completely. Usyk single-handedly got rid of the super fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Maybe that still happens now because they've both lost to Usyk, but either way, he got rid of the super fight by beating Joshua twice. Daniel Dubois, who's now one of the most respected heavyweight boxers, beat him, and he beat him comfortably as well. Dubois won about one round in that entire fight, if that. You could have given him a round. I know there's the whole low blow situation. Tony Bellew as well, and old Derek Chisora to stick that on his resume as well. But Usyk's got an insane resume in the heavyweight division, and I think he's pound for pound number one in the entirety of boxing. Beats Tyson Fury pretty comfortably. I don't know what Fury's going to do next for his career. I don't know if he's going to try and opt for a trilogy. I've got my personal matchmaking. Like I said, maybe they do the fight between Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua in the UK and Wembley, because that's still probably a huge fight, because, you can mark it as they've both lost to Usyk, who's the best British boxer. It is an outdated fight. It's a fight that should have taken place at least 5 years ago when they were both in their primes. Now they've been taking losses, and especially now that Joshua's recently been battered by Daniel Dubois brutally as well. Maybe not brutally, but, he got knocked out by Daniel Dubois. Maybe that fight makes a lot of sense. I think Tyson Fury absolutely wallops Anthony Joshua. That's not even a competitive fight, but maybe they do that for some sort of interim belt. But Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, you can do the trilogy. I won't be mad. I know it's giving the Saudis the money. It's a huge fight. It's like a household fight nowadays, but it's not like they're going in 1-on-1 against each other. But yeah, Fury, still in my opinion, one of the best. Definitely the second best boxer of this current generation. Still got a great resume himself. Still one of the greatest boxers of the modern era of the heavyweight division. If you're going to do a ranking of the modern era of the heavyweight division, you're obviously going to put Usyk number one. But to not put Tyson Fury at number two would be stupid. I know people are going to bring up the Francis Ngannou performance, and I'm not going to say it was a fluke performance, especially as an MMA fan. But come on, man. Tyson Fury, it was not... I'm not going to say he was... I'm not going to make excuses for Fury here, but let's be honest, if the Tyson Fury that showed up against Usyk was showing up against Francis Ngannou, it's a completely different story. But anyway, Tyson Fury, second greatest boxer of the modern generation of heavyweights. I think we do the third fight. I don't mind the third fight. I think Riyadh season, the first two were super competitive. I know I've been going on about Usyk being pound for pound number one in boxing. It's not like he absolutely walloped him and finished him in both fights. The first one, fair enough, he battered him. You know, he won comfortably, very, very comfortably on the judges' scorecards, and he came close to finishing him, and he should have. Second time around, a lot more competitive, a lot bigger of a fight. Still got the win. I know a lot of people are calling it a robbery. The only people who are calling this a robbery are that, you know, the casual fans of boxing. I don't like throwing away the word casual because it seems like, I know it's just a cringy thing to say, but you know what I'm talking about. Because it's such a big fight, all the Tyson Fury fans who don't really pay attention to boxing, they just know who Fury is, are going on and saying that Fury won the fight. He didn't win the fight. I was actually kind of worried when the judges' scorecards were read out. You know how they do in Riyadh season. You know how they are in Saudi Arabia. They kind of want to give out these robberies, the same area that gave Fury the win over Francis Ngannou. But I think we do the third fight, a massive trilogy. The second one was a little bit more competitive. I think Usyk wins 10 times out of 10 times, but sells a lot. They're both evenly matched. Let's do it. You could do Fury versus Joshua, but like I said, it's an outdated fight. Daniel Dubois already been whooped by Oleksandr Usyk, and I'm pretty sure he's got a fight booked anyway. So Usyk versus Fury 3, the trilogy between the two of them. But yeah, I think Oleksandr Usyk is pound for pound the best boxer on planet Earth just because of the body of work that he's been doing in the heavyweight division. You can give him anyone. You can give Oleksandr Usyk anyone in the heavyweight division. I think he is the best boxer. To put it in MMA terms, he is the Pantoja of the heavyweight division. He's lapping the division. You put him against all of the up-and-comers, he's beating all of them. I mean, to do that to Tyson Fury as well. Like Tyson Fury, the guy who's been regarded as the greatest boxer of the heavyweight division, to beat him twice in the fashion that he did, nearly finished him the first time as well. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this dude is undersized. He should not be a heavyweight. He's the opposite of a weight builder. He's a victim. He's victim weight. That's like Pantoja competing in the featherweight division. He's so small. Fury was so much bigger than him. And you know, he had a couple of advantages there. Obviously, Usyk had the speed, the stamina. I mean, Usyk's not really got, Fury's not really got bad stamina. He's got amazing recovery as well. But either way, to be that small and still dominating the modern heavyweights, beating everyone, getting rid of the super fights, he's like the homelander of the heavyweight division, just destroying all these super fights. And Usyk made a name for himself, pound for pound, the best boxer on planet Earth, above Terence Crawford, in my opinion. I just don't see how it gets better. 23-0 now, an insane resume. I know there's a couple more fights for him to have in the heavyweight division. I know there's a couple of guys on the come-up. I know they're not necessarily on the come-up, but a couple of guys that Usyk hasn't fought at the top of the heavyweight chain. But I don't think it matters who you put Usyk in there against. He's beating all of them, and he's doing it while looking half a weight class, well, an entire weight class smaller than them. So Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury. My main takeaway is competitive fight. Didn't come close to finishing. Wasn't maybe as nail-biting as the first one because of the finishing ability that Usyk had in, I think it was the 9th round. But either way, still a good fight. Usyk, pound for pound, the best. And Tyson Fury, I know people are going to give him a lot of stick because he likes trash talking and everything, but he made it a lot more competitive. And even if you hate Tyson Fury and the Furies or whatever you want to say, he's the second greatest boxer of the modern generation. Definitely isn't as good as Usyk as he's displayed in the past couple of fights, but Tyson Fury is definitely that number 2 spot. And if any of the Anthony Joshua fans even suggest that that fight is competitive, Tyson Fury would stop Anthony Joshua within 12 rounds. And I'm confident in saying that. I know people are going to bring up the Francis Ngannou performance, saying, oh, what happened when Joshua fought Ngannou? First of all, styles make fights. Second of all, Joshua had seen the level of Ngannou after he fought Tyson Fury. When Tyson Fury was fighting Ngannou, it was his debut. He thought it was an easy win against an MMA fighter. But anyway, Usyk's pound for pound number 1. Debate in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this fight. Thank you for watching.